Pyrrha Nikos has been sent to an alternate dimension, right? Ideas that way. And I think that Pyrrha was always a pretty popular character who fans wanted to see more of, which is why we kept getting her name dropped and referenced as late as Volume 6. So hopefully this is something that we can, deliver on fan hope for.
I think that about sums it up.
Certainly does.
I can only feel so much airtime when it comes to Pyrrha Nikos, honestly. She's never been a character I've been too invested in because she's just so nice and not really morally complicated. She does the right thing all the time, so where's the fun in that? Okay, great.
Except in RWBY Chibi, then she turns into a, what's it called, a yandere? More or less?
I thought that was Nora.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about the fan arts, never mind. I've done that plenty of times. Don't feel bad.
Oh yeah. I've been struggling with my new headset. It's a piece of fucking shit. I swear to God, it's a new fucking headset. Why doesn't it work?
I can hear you fine.
I meant the headset I tried testing. Okay, back on topic then.
Oh, we're just talking about Pyrrha Nikos and characters responding to the prospect of her being alive. And I think there is a lot of interesting narrative directions we can take it, depending on which characters we focus on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make too much of a plot for what's supposed to be hyping up another story, but certainly I will give the character motivation when writing it. Go ahead, Luna.
I was just going to say, I'm kind of back and forth on that whole concept about Pyrrha still being alive somehow or possibly coming back. I've heard some theories and ideas, and I could see some of them being plausible, but others are just way too far-fetched, even by Remnant standards, so, I don't know where I stand with the whole thing. It'd be nice to see her again, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I'm fine with her being dead. Anyway, back to his story.
Yes, by all means, WWT.
Oh, is the audio not working on Twitch?
Oh, so it's working now.
You hear that, all three of our fans? We are here for you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just the one.
Man, I had a good thing going. You had to ruin it.
Oh, 4. Oh, hello.
Oh, we actually have people here. Ooh, ooh.
We have an audience.
Are they sitting in the front row or the middle or way back?
They're all in the back. That way they're close.
Hey! How you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear an echo.
It's because of his unique audio setup. You missed an interesting story there before we got on the podcast.
Well, y'all got to tell me about that later. Whew.
Yes, we have to forcefully rein ourselves into the topic every 5 minutes. So, once again,
every 10 if we're really unlucky.
My particular plan for this reaction fic is I want to focus primarily on the remnants of Juniper more than anyone else. I think they'd be the most invested. Luna, which way would you want to take it?
Oh, in what way?
I mean, is there a character you'd like to focus on or a particular chapter that is interesting to you?
Not a particular character at the moment. I guess I'm just anxious to hear about all of them. I'm pretty open.
Okay.
I feel so unprepared for this meeting.
Yeah.
Like I forgot to bring my notes.
I think they're an interesting underdog group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that we don't spend enough time with Ren and Nora and how they reacted to Pyrrha's departure / death. We really
Yeah.
don't get much insight from them, which is unfortunate.
I think the only one who was affected was Jean because he keeps bringing it up every episode.
Oh, we're getting a bad echo on GWT's audio.
A very delayed bad echo.
Yeah, certainly sounds like an echo.
This is fascinating.
Hey!
Hell.
Sorry.
Hello, future me.
Wait, wouldn't it be past you if you were talking to yourself?
Don't confuse me with time travel.
That's the point of time travel.
You
already broke my brain.
There's plenty of points to try and travel on, I'm sure.
All right, focus again.
Okay, back on topic. Come on.
Oh, wow,
now.
you're doing it now, Jabrocko. Wow.
That wasn't
I
Jabrocko, that
am?
was me.
Oh,
This is fascinating, really. It's such a menagerie of voices.
Let's just not even call this a RWBY podcast, just an echo podcast.
Okay, guys, let's get back on topic here. Please.
Alrighty.
We were talking about Ruby, Genital's waifu, and I'm trying to get us back on topic, okay? We were talking about Juniper, okay, and then
Ren and Nora, we did not see their reactions to Pyrrha's death.
yeah, John was the only one to have a reaction because he kept bringing it up.
And he found a statue for some reason.
And we met what was and we saw, I assumed to be Pyrrha's mother.
According to the credits, she's just red-haired woman, so she could be anybody.
Isn't she? Wait, didn't they use the same voice actress as Pyrrha for the
Yeah, it was
red-haired
Jen
woman?
Brown again.
Yeah, we just brought her in for
I like how we all pause every few seconds just to listen to ourselves. Yeah, I think they're tiger lilies, if I remember correctly, or some kind of orange lily.
What was the point of that, though?
The point was John needed to move on from Pyrrha so he could be hit on by...
I thought we were going to see, like, Pyrrha reincarnate or something, some Shyamalan shit there.
Well, even if she is, John... Even if she has been reincarnated, John has moved on to thirsty moms, and he's happier for it.
I don't think it's he's moved on to them. They've moved on to him.
They've certainly moved on him, that's true.
Bobby, why are you talking to that stranger? I apologize.
I can hear you smiling. You're not sorry, or at least not completely.
Maybe no. Maybe just a little bit. I'm sorry. Okay.
Do we still have 4 viewers, or are we down to like 3 or 2?
I would not be surprised if everyone abandoned us pretty quickly.
Oh, okay. Well, we're still going, so let's go.
Okay, back on topic.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Pierre's dead.
Yeah, and Juniper's reaction, or rather lack of Ren and Nora's reaction.
Yeah, the only thing we got close to Jean's reaction was Volume 4, him just training by himself. And then
Mhm.
even before that, basically his breakdown with Weiss on the phone.
GWT, can you work on that? That's going to be really distracting.
Wait, when was that?
Yeah.
Like, you
Really
don't remember,
distracting.
like, after she sent him off in the rocket locker and then he manages to break out, he calls Weiss and tells her that she needs to go after Pyrrha because he's pretty certain she's going to die up there. And then that's it.
Oh,
Is that
that was still
is
the
that the
ending
Twitch
of Volume
stream?
3. Wait. Okay.
Yeah, that was the Volume 3 finale, I believe.
And that was really quite an interesting moment because Ospen explicitly orders him to go find Crow and Glinda, and instead he calls Weiss.
Of all people,
How about that,
had
Gamer?
one
Is that better?
time,
I don't get that. Like,
Yeah, I'm not hearing
had
any
one
echo.
job, John, and you couldn't do that right.
Yeah, that's pretty much everyone who watches a reaction video to that episode of
Pretty
Volume
much
3.
the reaction of
yeah,
everyone who watched the
to
end
be honest, I
volume.
never thought about that before. Like, you're told to go, find, Good Witch or Crow, and below. How would he have known that Weiss and Ruby were heading that way to begin with when he was leaving the tower as they were heading that way? Like, did he
Why
see
didn't he just
them
go back to
or?
the tower?
Because they're the main characters, you see.
Oh yes, I
Oh
forgot.
yeah, plot armor or something like that.
John's just the side character, the side
Oh,
bitch.
I mean, he kind of
or as
is
he put it, the
now, but
lovable
he
idiot
wasn't
stuck in the
then.
tree.
He wasn't really the side character then. I would say he was, at worst, a deuteragonist. Nowadays, now that's more Oscar's part, but back then he was still a pretty regular character.
Right, back to Kira and her being reborn.
Yeah, so she's in another realm, I think you said, or another dimension.
For this
Another dimension.
reaction story we plan on doing, yeah. How characters will react to finding some kind of depiction of Pyrrha alive. I'm sure that some of them will attempt to intercede or contact her.
Oh, there it is.
Nope. Oh, wait, I think you explained this to me before, but like just to refresh my memory, is she like actually alive in another dimension, or is this like an afterlife of sorts where like her soul is alive but her physical body is gone?
Unless, of course, that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Darn.
There's gonna be that's gonna be behind the scenes info there.
I guess I'll have to reread everything then, or just keep reading.
It's a mix of both.
Anytime you're not talking, we get that echo. It pops up.
It's like the computer's reminding us to talk or something.
Yeah.
Keep going.
You just keep talking, man.
So she's in an alternate dimension.
That's the way I've always viewed A Maiden Out of Time, with her just being transported elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was.
And I'm not the biggest proponent of AAU for RWBY, but since it's also explicitly a continuation of her from Remnant to somewhere else, then yeah, that's fine. How we make that connection will also be an interesting plot point. Of course, we live in a universe where magic is a thing, so it's not always that hard to explain.
Yeah, literally anything is possible at this point.
There is literally an item in universe, in canon, that can do any one thing at any time, so really, why should anything have consequences ever again?
Tell that to Salem.
Salem, I mean, could you just point the staff at her and just will her not to exist? Because that would kind of solve
Bibbidi bobbidi boo, bitch.
That would solve a lot of problems.
Baboos. Sorry. I'm already halfway done with my bottle.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Considering how fast I've seen some people drink, I'm not really prepared to judge him yet. All things in time.
Were we talking about Salem or how much I drink?
Why can't we
Yes.
do both?
Okay, I like to drink. Salem's a bitch. She needs to go to hell.
I mean,
think we've
she more or less is. She's literally the queen of hell.
I think we've seen a couple of depictions of Salem holding like a wine glass, so maybe Salem does get drunk. I mean,
Maybe
Oh.
when you're immortal, what else do you do?
wait. Is
They
it
were willing
wine,
to drink-
or is it the blood of her enemies, or is it that grim essence stuff that's in?
Maybe all three. A mixture of all three, possibly.
I'm
Talk
not
about-
saying it's.
Talk about a killer cocktail.
Wow.
Yeah, she just puts some alcohol into the grim
First
black
podcast in
liquor.
I don't know how long, and so many technical difficulties.
That's
and
exactly
people
what.
difficulties.
Who would win a drinking contest, me or Salem?
I think
Let's
Salem's got
not
you
test
beat
that.
because she'll die from alcohol poisoning, then reincarnate and keep going.
That's assuming she
Oh.
still has a liver.
Does that even count? Would that even count, though, as her not losing? If
Well, the
she
thing
was
is that she
dead?
fought Ozpin and explicitly was shown dead and then reformed. So it's still the same Salem every time. She just,
Crow.
doesn't stick around.
She went from a pancake to a person again.
Oh.
Because if it was like a new Salem, then why would she still know who Ozpin was and still blame her for the whole kid dying thing?
I don't even think she was that. I mean, I think she was mad about that, but like at the end of the day, it's like, you bitch, we were in this whole god thing together, and you gonna leave like that?
I hate all of humanity. That's why I'm going to have 4 daughters.
Yeah, you gotta put the hand movement into it. Oh hell no!
Oh, hell no! Hell no! You gonna do me like that? Okay.
You
Okay,
owe
I'll see
me
if we can-
1,000 years worth of child support.
Let's see if we can't get like some kind of.
You owe me my $1 million alimony.
Let's get like a GoFundMe going so we can all send this to Jen Taylor to read in character as Salem.
Wait, what if that turns out to be a moment in Volume 8? So, this is your latest reincarnation. I still want child support.
Is child support even a thing when they created their like castle
poor
and kingdom?
Okay.
Pay no mind
What
to
were
my
you
terrible
talking-
Salem impression.
I think we got off topic again.
You
I mean,
don't say.
We stayed on RWBY, we just drifted away from the story.
So,
Reacting to Pyrrha's death or something.
oh yes. Oh no.
Well,
Wait, let me rephrase.
After they find out that she's still alive somewhere else, or at least in some
Oh,
context.
gee.
They'd be like, "Holy shit, you're alive!"
Well, I'm
Is
sure
this-
that they will make some effort to reach her. So
Is this before or after they find out about Salem and the relics and magic and stuff?
when we get there is another point of contention that I'd like to discuss, because
How do we get there?
I would be inclined to set it before Volume 6, just because I think that we can incorporate that revelation into the story later once they learn what the relics are and what they do. So I would probably set it like Volume 4 when we still have RWBY with Team Ranger. I think that's a good cast for us to work with.
I suppose so.
It also means we don't have Ozpin to just automatically and omnisciently answer all the questions, which would kind of cut the tension a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, once you bring him in, then you can have that conflict set up about why we can't just use the all-powerful wizard
I mean,
to figure out how to get there.
It can go, it all depends on you. You could do whatever audience you want.
Oh wait, gamer. Since you described him as an all-powerful wizard, do you guys remember in Volume 5, when he was talking to the others, he mentioned that his power was finite and dwindling. Like, do y'all think you think he was being truthful about that, or you think that was another lie?
His power is dependent on how many people he can reincarnate to. He did have to explicitly give away portions of it to create the 4 maidens, so that tells me that there is a cap or a limit to how much he can do. I use the term all-powerful more in jest because I don't think that he is all-powerful. I think that at some point he would run out of magic. He's just
Another lie.
also keeping something in reserve.
Yeah, especially since his and Salem's version of humanity is no longer around and the gods aren't there, so it's not like their magic can be replenished like their aura anymore. Oh wait, if his power's finite and dwindling, would Salem's be too?
Think about
That'd be in-
Salem, though, like, if she were to run out of magic, she would just die and then rebuild herself and come back to full power. So,
Well, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, even if she runs out of magic, she's still cursed. She's still cursed, so she'll still be around. She just can't do anything.
I can't see that happening, though. It might explain why she has a bunch of subordinates doing all her work for her.
Well, to quote her, never underestimate the usefulness of others.
Mm.
So, reacting to a maiden out of time.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to do that?
I'll be doing the first chapter, and then it's going to be whoever follows me. Not going to do that for a while, though. I've got to finish one story and make some more progress on another. I'm just opening the ideas for where you guys want to go with it.
You guys know a bit more than I do, so I'm kind of just following the leader at the moment.
Yep. Once we get to the point that I've written a chapter, I'll send it out to everybody, and we can progress from there. It's still a good couple of weeks away, depending on how long it takes me. I don't anticipate these last two chapters being too difficult, but you never